Okay, that worked. Maybe. Maybe. Is anyone there? Oh, okay, good. Hi, Linda. Good morning. I'm trying to do something. I'm having a... There I go. Julie. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Heather. Hi. Wow. Happy Sunday. Ooh, my candle. Just smoking. Good morning, Vinny. Vinny. Who did I miss? You hear crickets. I hear crickets a lot too, so I decided to reinforce it. Uh-oh. Is that who I think it is? So, it is Sunday morning, in case you're wondering. And I'm trying to wave to everybody here. Happy anniversary day after, Linda. What a beautiful story that. Hi, Mama.
I'm there, but you keep going in and out.
Because when you called in, because I turned it off at first, and then when you called, it went off.
Okay, well, I'm there, though.
Okay. Mama Grace is in the house. She just hung up the phone. Hi, Mr. Icy. So I'm listening to some groovy music right now that you'll hear more about in a minute. Couple minutes, because I have to get a little more sorted. I have my tea. What are y'all drinking? I have my hot water with lemon and ginger and turmeric and mostly lemon. Hi, Jeff Metzger. Good morning, John. I have my family behind me today. You see Buff pop in? Oh, wow! It's all good, Lil. Frida Kahlo's in the way. Got my Frida pillow. Usually she's around on Fridays, but she floats in and out. Hi, Jeff Metzger. Sundays. I spent most of my Sundays as a child, up until young adult, with these people. And every Sunday, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with my cousins. You may be wondering what I have on. Jonathan! Oh, Jonathan. Hi. Hi. It's good to love Frida. Frida gives a lot back. Good morning, Carlin. So, got my celery juice. I had one Meyer lemon juiced in my freezer. Yes! Can you believe it? Jonathan's here. Hello, Tom Gillespie. Doing all right? I'm doing great right this second because I'm listening to this great music, and my sister Lisa Mammina is here in the house from NorCal. We got coast to coast going on now. New York to California. I guess New York to California and everywhere in between. Yeah, Lisa's here. And Lynn's here. So anyway, you know how people are talking about, do you wear pants when you're on Zoom? Do you not wear pants? Do you wear your pajamas? Do you wear... Well, I decided... Good morning. Hi, Lion. Ooh. We have deli. Lillian's looking over at me like, this again? Really? Because usually we're outside by now. Hi, Pearl Wong. Wow. What music am I listening to? Well, you'll hear about that in a minute. Because right now we have to talk about our PJs. I'm wearing my PJs today. Ooh, but wait. Dance break. I can't talk. No! Civil Savage in the house. Okay, yeah. Yeah, fancy PJs. Well, I learned this in Northern California. Lisa and Katie hit me to this many, many years ago when I first lived in Willits. I said, I don't even feel like getting out of my pajamas today. And she said, don't. Do what we do in Mendo County. And I said, what's that? Hi, Tina. She said, you just wear something that you know looks cool to bed and is comfy and warm because it's cold up in Willits. And you wear something that if you have to go into town the next day, you just, slip on some silk over it and you're ready to go. I've heard stories where people have their PJs on and then they go out and hang out with their horse or their other animals and they put their Carhartts on top and then they do their work and then they walk back in the house and take their Carhartt overalls off and they're back in their PJs. I don't mean to talk over this instrumentalist, but you'll be talking and listening with him in a minute. So anyway, I decided to roll with everybody else and wear my PJs online. So yes, I have on my leggings and my groovy black grayish top. It's got black on the bottom. But I'm also wearing a Swarovski crystal pendant necklace that was a gift. That light is not so great for me, is it? Need to warm it up a little bit in here. Hi, Jen. Dr. Mary Anderson. She's a dentist. That's how we roll in NorCal. She's a dentist and she makes jewelry. And I received this for my birthday. I think it's going to be coming up on 3 years, but it could be 2 years. From Liz, Gary, and Mary Anderson. She made this. So, when I want to fancy up my PJs or go on stage or hang out with you at 11:11, what's everybody drinking? Hi, Patsy Siriano. Hi, Patsy. Maybe Linda's here too. Valentina, good morning, beautiful soul. How's your pup? So you've been listening to and dancing. Maybe you're dancing. I am. I know that. Good morning, Jeanette. It's happening downstairs. Vodka. Well, Miles. Oh, that's cool. Listening to two 20-somethings listening to rock and roll music from the 70s for the first time. Have you seen that video where they put a telephone in front of, 15-year-olds, a rotary dial phone, and they're like, What? What? Steely Dan. Who's not blown away by Steely Dan? Right? Good morning. How are you? Vodka. We got vodka and deli. Anybody else? Coffee, tea, coffee. Juice. I have my juice. So you want to know about that music, do you? Well, there's this band that I was turned on to because my friend Henry was one of the leaders, along with another friend by the name of Stephen Bernstein. And they were Henry Butler and the Hot Nine. Well, I just happened to see these guys in about 4 different states, maybe a different country, but I think just states. And I was in Michigan a few summers ago, and I saw that they were playing at the Chicago Jazz Festival. And I thought, I gotta go. What's the juice? It's just celery with a little bit of Meyer lemon in it. Every day, every night. So I thought, I have to go to the Chicago Jazz Festival, and it was that night. So I called my sister. I said, can you get me a hotel room? She said, sure, where? And I said, the Palmer House, Chicago. Because the Palmer House is steps away from Millennium Park. And that's where it was, Millennium Park. And that's where it was. You know where the bean is? The Cloud Gate? So she said, give me 10 minutes. She called the Palmer House. She calls me up. She goes, is 125 cool? And I thought, festival's free. I can jump on the train. I'll get there. You know, I'll eat a taco and I'll be good. Yeah, that's great. I get there. They said, oh, Miss Mammina. La-di-la-di-la, because I probably had this necklace on. We're going to upgrade you to a suite. And I said, really? That's just fabulous. Great. I'm like, I get a suite at the Palmer House. Which is how we rolled for years and how we still roll. But what came up was I ended up in Mrs. Palmer's suite. I mean, Mrs. Palmer's suite. Good morning. As in Palmer House Hotel, wife of her own suite that had recently been updated. Good morning, Kim. I'm excited about the puppy. So I walk into this suite, and it was, 2 living rooms, 3 bedrooms, a dining area for the night by myself. And I danced around, which I usually do when my sister gets me a really great suite somewhere in the world. I dance around it. I take photos. I send it to Lisa and Katie. I'm like, look, and then there's, and I do it before I mess up the bed. So I did that, and then I rolled over, but just walked over to the park and saw the Hot Nine with Henry Butler, and then ended up going out and hanging out with them afterwards because Stephen Bernstein's in the band and Peter Applebaum's in the band, and I was hanging out with Neil Tesser and Kurt Elling, and yeah, I'm name dropping because they deserve to be name dropped, and I know them and they're my friends. And then I meet this super cool guy by the name of Eric Lawrence. And that's who you've been listening to. And turn off all alarms.
Okay, all your alarms have been turned off.
So I'll leave the story right there. I meet this guy. Nothing happened. Janelle Burdell. Ooh, I'll call Eric right now. Except what did happen was a great friendship with this being, Mr. Burdell. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing great. I didn't realize this was like one of these like fashion show. You have to tell what you're wearing,
What are you wearing, sir?
what you're drinking. Well, it's something I wore when I was sleeping, but I forget the name of this really wonderful company that makes these shirts.
It's a great shirt.
I'll remember the name of it. I might have to look at the label.
I do that sometimes. People go, what are you wearing? And I'm like, and then I have to look.
I'll show you. Can you read?
Not really.
I'll look at another shirt that's made.
So you have your pajama top on, and then you threw on this cool shirt on top.
Maybe.
Maybe I did too. Because maybe I just had to throw this on at the last minute because I had to put something on so I could be online. Janelle Michelle Burdell is watching right now. She was my guest the other night. So all this happened today. We started chatting online, and then I said, how would you like to be on my show? And he goes, what show? And then I told him, and then he said, well, usually I'm sleeping at 11 p.m. I said, what about a.m.? And he goes, yeah, I'd love to. And I go, what about today? So you guys know how we roll here on 11:11 with Jenna. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric Lawrence. I'm going to flip you over to 21 people, coast to coast, India and London at the moment.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
So I was telling them how we met.
How did we meet? We met so many times, and I don't remember the first.
The very first time. Sorry?
Was it Chicago?
Chicago. Yep. And I was telling them first how my sister got me this groovy suite at the Palmer House, and then when we met at the backstage, and then we went over to the bar, you asked me if anybody was walking you home. Me home.
Yeah.
And I said...
And it wasn't a pickup line either. So.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. Maya Waldron says hello.
Oh, Mala.
I said Maya because I'm looking, but I know it's Mala. She said hi, and my friend Jen Blanchard, and my friend Cordelia. Like I said, England to London to New York to California, and everybody in between. Hey, girl. So anyway, so he asks me, as I'm sitting in a bar with like 20 guys, and I know most of them because they're all Berkeley High people, and then he goes, well, how are you getting home? And I go, oh, I'm just going to walk back. You know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And he goes, would you like someone to walk you back?
Well, I was like, this is Chicago, and maybe somebody should accompany you.
So I said, yeah. And this wasn't a pickup line either, but I said, yeah, because I want to show somebody my cool suite that I'm...
That's exactly what you said, yeah. Yeah. And it was unbelievable.
So then he came back to my suite, and we sat and we talked for a few more hours and became chosen family, heart friends in the musical world and every other place. And he's this incredible... What instruments do you play?
I play kind of all the saxophones and a lot of flutes, I would say. You know, I do some arranging. You know, those are tools of my trade.
Along with,
you're leading me somewhere. I'm going to say, do you want me to turn the orientation of my camera so that it's
whatever you feel. Where are you, by the way?
I am upstairs in the house of my sweet partner in Pittsburgh. I came here to visit her for 4 days in early March, and then work started getting canceled, and I've been here ever since, happily so. And it's a great place to be. And I just have a little area here that I've set up as a studio. I was doing a bunch of recording yesterday.
How cool.
And work, and that's her artwork up there.
Can you tell us about it?
About her artwork?
Yeah.
Well, this particular series is based on, well, it reminds me of some other work that she does, which is all based on words from Emily Dickinson poems. But this one here is from something jazz fans should be familiar with, which is the Conference of the Birds, which is a Sufi text that Dave Holland made famous by writing a suite for it. Mm-hmm. And she's taken some of the text from Conference of the Birds and put sort of visual collage to it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, her work is really great.
So you're surrounded by art and love and I'm sure good food, but we would have actually been hanging out next week in New Orleans.
Yeah, I would actually be playing a gig in Alexandria, Louisiana today if things were different.
Yes. And what would have happened next Thursday, Friday, Thursday night, you had your gig early on, right?
Right. Yeah, Thursday I would have played at the Sidebar, which is the one avant-garde jazz club in all of New Orleans, and it's way off the beaten path by the jail and the hospitals, and it's actually 1 block away from the house where Louis Armstrong's born.
And then after that gig, you possibly would have come over to the International House and sat in with Rolf and I.
Like I did last year. Yeah, exactly. I would have. And with a slew of friends.
Last year, because you were with Little Feet. Was that last year?
Yeah, that was last year. Seems a million years ago.
Thank you for that hookup, by the way. That was a serendipitous hookup with, you said, hey, I have an extra pass for today at Jazz Fest. And then I met your friend he did the handoff to me, and then the next thing I know, I'm backstage with Little Feet and Eric and Steven and crazy. So
That's right. You met Pete, and then we went to see Herbie Hancock. Which I remember. He did this little medley of his greatest hits and sat down at the piano to take a little solo on Chameleon, which I thought was going to be a throwaway, and it turned out to be the most amazing solo I've ever heard anyone play in my life.
I just got total chills. I love those moments at Jazz Fest. There's always a moment where you remember that just imprints your soul. It really, it just, wow. Well, I'm sorry that we're not there. And then we were going to be there did Eric tour with Little Feet for all of 2019?
He did.
He did.
Well, yeah, as much as they toured, quite a bit.
He did.
22 states. It was their 50th anniversary.
Can you tell us other people that you have toured with?
Well, yeah, actually the song that you were listening to was a song made famous by my former boss, Levon Helm. I'm very proud to say I played with him for, actually, I went back with him to 93 when I played with him with the band. And, but the whole duration of the Levon Helm band, which was just an incredible experience. And, I'm a journeyman, so I played a lot with the trumpet player you were listening to, Stephen Bernstein, who you were just talking about, who had the band with Henry Butler. And Stephen and I, Berkeley High guy, I met him here in New York, where I'm from, and we've been playing together in lots and lots of bands since the late 90s. And from that, lots and lots of people. But some of my heroes that I got to play with, Sonny Chirac, Buddy Miles, Hubert Sumlin, Chico Hamilton, lots of really special people.
John Case just is saying something pretty incredible. Today being the 8th anniversary of the passing of the great Levon Helm.
That's exactly true.
And I didn't know that. Here we are.
Yep, that's exactly true. And I know where I was at my bedside. So, amazing. That's an amazing story. If you had more time, I don't.
Well, he just asked if there's a story that you could share about with you and Levon, if you don't mind. If not that one, something.
Well, I'll tell you I'll tell you a short version of that story if I could.
Thank you.
We all kind of dispersed. Levon was in a lot of pain. He had metastasized throat cancer that he had been fighting for 15 years, unbeknownst to us. And we did gigs right up to the very end, maybe 2 weeks before he died. He was on stage in a tremendous amount of pain, but playing and sometimes singing when his voice was up to it. And the last gig I did with him was in Tarrytown, and miraculously his voice came back and he sang this song called When I Go Away, and which is the last song of the night. Usually Larry Campbell, the guitar player who wrote the song, would sing it. It's on one of the records. And I looked at him backstage and I said, "Wow, Levon, your voice is back." And he said, "Yeah, brother." He said, keep your suitcase packed, because we're going to be touring a lot this year. And then within a week, he was in the hospital and in a coma. And within a couple of weeks, they were staying. It's a very private family, and they were staying private, and we were all just sitting there wondering what's going on. And then we got a call from Levon's daughter, Amy, saying, "I want everybody to come and see Levon before he goes." So we all had said, she had set a date, and he was just miraculously holding on. And one by one, people in the Levon home family showed up. Ryan Mitchell, Stephen Bernstein, I think Clark King was on the road with Bruce Springsteen at the time, but Larry and Teresa and Catherine Russell, who's really a part of the family, and who I've known since I was about 5 or 6 years old, because her mom played in my dad's band. And, we all had a few minutes talking with him, but he was in a coma, but you got a chance to sit by him and just, say some words, because we all believed that his ears were still working.
Amen. And
then at the end, everybody was standing around him, and we were singing this beautiful, slow gospel version of "I Wish I Knew How It Feels to Be Free," and the song by Billy Taylor that Nina Simone made famous, but we did it on the last record, Electric Dirt. And then we stepped outside the room because the nurses came in and said we were too loud. And we were standing right outside the room, and the door was cracked open, and we were all saying, he could hear us. Like, we're sure he could hear us. And we're all saying, we have to keep this together. This is something really special. And then they shoot us into the waiting room, and we were in the little holding room, and 15 minutes later, they came back and said that he passed away. And he had let go. And it was amazing because he was holding on until we got the band back together.
Yeah.
And he wanted to hear people make the commitment that they were going to hold it together, which we do. So now we're the Midnight Ramble Band, and we don't play that much, but actually we're about to celebrate his 80th birthday in May, and we were going to do a whole month-long string of gigs up at the barn in Woodstock, which is my happy place, my sacred place. Stephen Bernstein and I drive there together. Have you ever made that drive with us, Jenna?
I've not made the drive with you, but I know exactly where it is because Rolf has driven it by me many times when we're in Kerhunkson.
Yeah. Well, those dates are postponed, but we're going to get it done.
Well, keep me posted on those dates because I would definitely love to be there.
Yeah,
and perhaps we'll...
they all sell out really quickly, but there are all kinds of great guests. Jackie Green was going to do one, Nikki Bloom was going to do one. All kinds of people are going to come in and do them. And as soon as they schedule them again, there's talk about August, but we have to see when people are ready to start congregating again and sitting next to each other and stuff like that.
Yes.
It'd be nice when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, you and I, for how long up until last year had we said we need to play together one of these days, and we got to do it, and Rolf and I are planning a new record, and we definitely want you on it, and probably you and Steven together, and people, and Mala included, just said that was an awesome story, and I can't even, my story with my other work, and so I believe every breath of that story and how he held on for you, and we hold on until we know it's time, and we know exactly when we're going to leave. Most of the time when we get that option, and Levon had that option with you guys. That's a beautiful story. But Rolf and I talked the other day where we hope, whenever this happens, it's what we do,
Yeah.
This is how it's a part of how we breathe, especially you and I, with everything that you're doing. And Eric is also a sound healer. And I had asked him this morning at the last minute, could we do something? And then we both decided that we're going to pick a date, and you can tell me what works for you, and have you come back on, and we could do a sound healing for all of us.
That would be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. It seems like there's less sync issues in this kind of conversation than there are, with Zoom and whatnot.
Now, you were talking about, and I want to skip to that, you were talking about a certain platform that you can actually perform with other musicians.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. I mean, I've been looking into them, as has everybody else, and my really techie engineer friends, unless there's something I don't know about, there was one called Jam Kazam that was supposed to be cool. But I think the best we can do is like make a video and then share the video and then you sing along with mine and I don't know that like unless we all have like super fast, hyper fast internet connect.
Right.
Because there's no way to do it properly, unfortunately. Although I've been using one called Pick Play Post and they also make one called Acapella, and Acapella it really cuts out all the editing issues and the hours and hours of syncing and stuff like that. You can just record it. I can send you a track and you can just record along with it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
We can do one.
Let's do one.
Okay.
I'm so happy that you agreed to do this with me literally at the last second. I'm like, do you want to be on today? And it was like, what was it? 10:45, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how our conversations go. Eric and I, we say, hi, oh, this is great. And we go deep in about 4 minutes. So.
Just drops right in.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. And I'm certain that we met before Chicago, too, but we never, or I knew who you were. I knew who you were because of Janelle. And you and Janelle, would get into these conversations that I'd be privy to on Facebook. Maybe that's where I knew of you.
Could be. She's on right now, and she was on the show. She played Udu Girl. She was the Udu Girl the other night, 2 nights ago. So I'm representing Pittsburgh this weekend.
Yeah, we're on both ends. She's on the east end, and I'm on the north end right now. So I know right where you are now. We're going to both do drive-bys for our friend Brooks' birthday on Tuesday.
Oh, happy birthday, Brooks. How cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know my phone is about to... the battery's going to die. I don't like to say that word, but it is.
Say that. Let's do a little blues together if we can do one.
Yeah.
I remember the name of my shirt is United by Blue.
United by Blue.
Company. Yeah, it's a great company. Look it up. And this is not an advertisement, but let's do a song called United by Blues.
Deal. I'm listening. I'm just listening. Mr. Eric Lawrence. Super, super, super. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Jenna's friends.
Some of your friends are here too. One more question for Eric. Yes, he was definitely there. Was he at Ramble in Jamaica in January?
Yes, I was.
Yes, he was there.
Glad we got that in. And we got to do that. You know.
And
Yeah.
Joseph Romer, Jeff Metzger says hello. See, everybody, what's cool, partly why I do this, I started doing this many years ago, and then I started it up again like a month ago now, when I was sick, and
Yeah.
I was home, and so I started doing 11:11 with Jenna. Like, the story is I kept waiting for learning editing and doing all this stuff, and then I decided just to do it on Facebook Live because I needed the connection, and whoever is here wants and loves the community, and it's different every day. And now I'm seeing two people that I think are, one's connected to you and one's connected to me, and they're connected to each other, and it's every day is absolutely different, and it just makes my day and it makes my night. And you being a big part of my life anyway, I love that you're here, and thank you so much. And so I thank you, and I want you to come back and do. Eric also does sound healing, and we all need. Like, I have my DNA repair right here.
Yeah, I've got my whole medicine bag right here with all my forks and my bowls and flutes and everything. And I'd love to be, out there helping people, as soon as I can. We all need to be doing that. But to do these meditations online, you guys get good headphones, good speakers, and let's put some good sounds out there.
Okay, so let's
always part of people's healing.
let's you and I talk of a date this week that we can do, and then I'll post it, and we'll get more people here, and we'll do a healing.
Sounds beautiful. And I'm an 11:11 person too, so it's good to know that about you.
Yeah, good to know that about you too. There are a lot of us. We are everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, my friend, and
all right.
Let's.
Thanks for bringing me in on the call. Bye, everybody.
See, and do me a favor, please go back to this my show, and post your website and any information that you want as far as CDs or sound healing work. This is your platform for the day, so.
Oh, sure, okay, and so everybody knows it's ericlawrencemusic.com, Eric with a K, ericlawrencemusic.com, and there's not a lot of stuff up there, but if you reach out to me, send me a message on Facebook, I can hook you up with music and sound healing sessions and music meditations, what I call sound sanctuaries, and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Thank you. And I look forward to doing more of that with you, and when we can be in the same room, because we can be 6 feet. I always say 10 feet because 6 feet is more like 3. So, and 10 feet's more like 7. So I look forward to spending time with you anywhere, here, in a box, or out in the world.
Yeah, it's like the Fox and Socks. I'll do it anyway. So, looking forward to it, and my love to everybody you're in contact with, and I can't wait to hear you and Ralph play again. You guys are my favorite duo.
I love you. Thank you.
All right.
Have a beautiful day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye. See? See how cool? See how cool?
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you. Talk to you.
Hang out?
I gotta hang out. I gotta say goodbye to these guys, and I gotta go plug my phone in.
Okay.
Let's talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I had to plug my phone in. Mala's like, plug your phone in. I know. I didn't know I was going to have a guest. Usually on, Conference of the Birds. Yes, check it out. Dave Holland. Mm-hmm. How cool was that? Just to be able to, if that conversation would have just been me, my day would be uplifted to another level. But that you all are here and chose to stay here and be a part of. Thank you. Oh, no. Yeah. Mala, would you like to be on the show sometime? Please? Please, would you like to be on the show? Yeah, I believed, but I also know that that kind of thing, it happens. And it hasn't happened yet. The only thing that happens sometimes is they'll block me out. So today, I know one thing I'm going to be doing after I go for a WALK in St. Joseph, Michigan. Actually, I should sing WALK in St. Joe, Michigan, because that would flow better. But I always want to be Magical Spiritual Journey. Tuck and Patty are doing their, I think it's at, I think they're doing it at 4 p.m. or 1 p.m. I'll look and I'll post the link, which I do every week. Or Jeff, if you're still here, if you could post the link, that would be great. I'm going to bring up a little bit more music here to dance to. And that also has Eric on it. But I don't know if he's on this particular piece. I guess I should have asked him. I've played this one before because I was here with them at Chicago on it. So Jeff Metzger is going to post. Tell us about my necklace. Henry Butler and the Hot Nine. Stephen Bernstein. Oh yeah, you did, because Stephen Bernstein was the same thing that I did up at the Mendo College. I hear crickets when I'm booking shows, or Rolf and I have these great ideas, and we'll call someone about booking a show. Crickets. I hear crickets, so I decided to reinforce the crickets and to make it a beautiful sound in my life. My necklace was made by Dr. Mary Anderson. See? Pajamas. But when you do this, I could go do a gig with Eric Lawrence. Yeah, Vinny, that's so cool. Steven, yep. Isn't it beautiful? Hey now, I go all day. Oh, there's Eric. You can hear him. Hey now. So what are you guys having for lunch? I know what I'm having. Pasta with meatballs from Mama Grace. You want to see how she makes them? Maybe I'll ask her to come on the show. She can talk about it. She does incredible, beautiful, beautiful work. But, I mean, look at it. It's kind of fun to look through. Lillian wore one. Here's your jam. We would have been jamming next weekend, girl. Eric just posted the link of the version of The Wait that we were listening to at the beginning. This one. I'll play it again. So, I'm trying to play it again. I love that story. And this website is up also. Eric Lawrence. make my world so good. I'm so blessed. Speaking of, I need to get ready for church. I think I'll put on my shawl. Go for a walk with Lillian. Thank you, Eric. He's also posting. Ooh, yum, Jen. Yeah, right. I'm going to go put on my shawl. We're going to go for ALK and then come back and watch Father Aiden at St. Columba in Oakland, California. It was a wonderful show. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for floating by, scrolling by, and thank you, Eric Lawrence, and I'll be around tonight. Happy 11/11, happy Sunday, April, I know the date, but I'm looking anyway, the 19th. Sunday, April 19th, 2020. See you in a little bit, Mama. Love hard.